right. It is 2025. We are just wrapping up what we like to call our first launch season of the year. And let me just tell you, I feel like the launch scene has shifted dramatically, and tactics and strategies that were working even just 6 months ago are falling flat. And after going through this first launch season, I can really say that this year is not about louder content, longer webinars, or last minute like cart sprints. It is all about three things: precision, presence, and proof. So think of this episode as your cheat code, whether you're planning your next digital product launch or launching a service based group offer or coaching container. These are going to be the must know shifts if you want to not just sell, but scale with integrity. But before we get into that, let's introduce myself. I am Jess, your sustainable growth strategist. I'm here with Rachel, our marketing mastermind. Say hi, Rachel.
Hello. I'm so excited about this episode. It's going to be so good.
And today we're going to bring you straight to the front lines of 2025 launch season and share some of our clients' results and all of the lessons that we have learned along the way.
Let's get into the first one. I think this one is, if you take away one thing from this episode, it is that your launch starts weeks before your sales page goes live. No, like pre-selling, like your content, your ramp up, like if you've been a launch client of ours, or if you've ever heard Jess and I talk through launching, the ramp up is the most important part of your launch. It is literally the foundation of your launch. So if you're waiting until your cart opens to start selling, like you're already way behind.
Or you can start building your audience. Like most of the time, you're going to get a bigger audience from launching. That's one of the ripple effects, but those people are probably not going to be the ones that purchase with you this go around. So really, you don't need to focus on building an audience during your launch. You need to focus on building that like, that trust, and everything that people are going to need to know to invest with you.
Yeah, I think if you're more of like a tangible kind of like, I need action items, like in this step, what you're focusing on here is the awareness shifts. Like the awareness shifts are going to be your conversion metrics inside of the ramp up period. I think it's so important to understand that, like, people are like, I just need like specifics. How do I know if it's working? If you're having people go, ah, or aha, like this is the stuff, like I didn't realize this, those little light bulbs that are popping up is your conversions happening inside of the ramp up stage.
Yeah. So your goal really during this stage isn't just to tease the offer, but it's to build the belief that the transformation, your process works, and illuminate why it works, and illuminate what they've tried in the past haven't worked, and why this is going to be the real solution for them. So for example, we did an episode a while back about my $3 million launch. This like pre-launch phase was something that these clients did really, really well. And when I tell you, people were begging to get into this program, like literally begging. You can go back to the YouTube. We have receipts. They're like, just let us in. How do I join? Blah, blah, blah. Because we had done so good with not only walking them through like those awareness and transformational shifts, but we had given them a proof. We integrated students into kind of this like ramp up period, student success stories. We started off with a 5-day masterclass so they could get exposure to the brand, exposure to the coaches. And we opened it every night with a pre-show from 2 past students who were able to talk about where they are now, what their life was like when they were sitting in that seat watching the masterclass the year before. And those people were really able to see the shift that you can make within the next year because these ladies had done it themselves.
Yeah, and that is so important because like the social proof, the conversations that are happening in that, the goal isn't like, let me give you all of this information about the product and like, let me tell you the specifics and the features and all of that. Your goal is building trust. It's building the understanding, like the emotional and mental like buy-in into you, if you're your brand, or into the product that's essentially like the solution to their problems. That is the goal of this ramp up period. It's not, let me familiarize them with name of product. It's literally, I am the solution to your problems.
Okay, so moving on to number 2, specificity. over scale. Meat is non-negotiable. And this is something that I have, like, I always struggle with, as I feel like as someone who wants to help everyone, someone who has like a lot of interest, is getting really, really specific with my offer. And so I'm going to give you like a real life example of like what my website used to say and what it says now. I obviously like build a bunch of different systems to help you scale sustainably. That's very kind of vague though, and like what that is and not. So now my website says we help dietitians and coaches scale smarter with quiz funnels, Notion systems, and stress free launches. So you can enroll more clients, boost recurring revenue, and still have time for family traveling and a midweek yoga class without your business falling apart. Okay, that tells you exactly who I help, exactly how I'm going to help you, and exactly the results or the transformation that you can expect after working with me, which is so much better than like the typical, like,
Totally.
I'm going to help you grow with ease.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think that this is something that like so many people are terrified of because they have this like FOMO. And in the beginning, it's so incredibly hard to like resist taking everyone on as a client. But I think we've said this in some episode. I don't even remember which episode. It's been one of ours where you can improve your customer service, like your client experience. You can improve your processes, streamline things when you've niched into an area that your system can work for everyone versus jumping industries, jumping, different types of clients and all of that, where you're having to recreate the wheel every single time. So when it comes down to like launching specifically, if you can nail that client experience and have that like from the start, have people being like, okay, yeah, they get me. Like this person truly understands my problems. Like there's none of that like buyer remorse. They're going to be telling all of their other friends that are in the same industry that they're in. So then you start kind of like developing that like um gosh, words are escaping me today. Not reputation, the retention. You get retention, you get referrals, and you start really like expanding into the success of your sales strategy.
so here's your tangible action. Make sure that someone can repeat your offer back to you, and make sure that you're defining, just like I did, the who your offer's for, the what you're going to help them do, and then the how can they expect their life or world or health or whatever you're helping them do transform after working with you.
And bonus, if you can do it in 12 words or less, even
Yeah,
better.
I was not 12 words or less. I'm like, yep, right, yoga, and you have Korean, you have all this too. All right. So, number two, as far as your offer goes, the days of like 50 module courses are dead. Information is not enough. I have now been my latest toxic trait. I'm on a podcast, so maybe not everyone can see this, but I now have like ChatGPT is on my screen right
Oh,
here.
no.
You can voice chat with him. So I just hit this little thing and I'm sitting here just chatting with him, and I literally can get all the information in the world I wanted about any subject. So, most of my clients are in the like online education space, whether that be coaches, like dietitian, nutrition coaches, or certifications or any kind of thing. But the information is just not enough anymore because ChatGPT can give you all the information about everything you ever wanted to know, and it's at your fingertips, basically. So, what people really want right now is acceleration. So, your proven process to get the results faster and accountability. Because, ChatGPT tells me to do things all the time, and I probably do about like 5 of the things it tells me. Well, like when ChatGPT can be like, "Hey girl, did you put that spray on the plants that I told you yesterday? 'Cause your caterpillars were eating your squash?" And we'll be in trouble. But like until then, this is what our customers are looking for.
Yeah, I think that that is so again, I think I said it this at the beginning. If you take one thing away from this episode, like this is the second thing you should if the first one passed your brain up. The amount of times I see people just with like 60, 50 modules in their thing. I'm like, who has the time? I sure as heck don't. And especially if your market is somebody who's busy, somebody who already is time stretched, like you really, really need to think about what's the value in it for them. on how you can build like trust, how you can build accountability, how you can build momentum without making them sit in front of 5+ hours of videos that you recorded at some point. Like really, really, really think through that.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you need to scrap your offer you have like necessarily. Recently, one of my clients, we kind of reimagined her course. It was a standalone course. People would just take it. It was about 30 different modules. We maybe sold one a month in the last year. So instead, what we did is all the same content, but we put it in a 6-week container that also had a community attached to it for like accountability and check in, and we did once a week live calls where they could get their questions answered. And we gave them a very specific week by week meal plan that they could follow for this course. It was a gut health course. And we launched it and we were able to sign up 20 people in 1 month. So it's like that kind of just proves like the shift of what people are actually looking for. Yes, it's a little more work, but it's still a scalable offer because we can put as many different people we want into that community, those group coaching calls, but people are getting that accountability and that extra layer of support that they can't get from ChatGPT.
Totally. And then especially in things that are working in 2025 launches, like community, like everybody is craving community. People want to be going through whatever they're going through with someone else. They can run ideas off of people, like all of this stuff. Like, I think gone are the days of mass conversions into self-paced courses. I really think that, at least for my clients, a lot of us are doing really, really well with adding some type of accountability, community aspect to their offer suite. And it's their number one, like it's surpassed all of their evergreen funnels.
Yep, yep. So just think about different things that you can add in that will increase that accountability. Obviously, group calls are one thing, communities are one thing, but I've also seen a lot of success when people offering like specific roadmaps. If you have an hour to devote to this course a week, this is your learning plan. If you want to do this in 6 days, this is your learning plan. Using automations to send like progress trackers and things like that along the way. And then with other, things that are not as much coaching, like providing like dashboard. Rachel and I are working kind of like on a digital product tool that's really going to walk them through doing the actual work versus just giving them a bunch of information.
We were very spoiled in 2024, 2023, 2024 with launching. It was easier than what it is now. I don't know if you agree, right, Jess? You could host a masterclass, you can host some type of a challenge, you get a bunch of people in, and then you convert the masses. It is a lot harder now. So in 2025, the things that are showing up is that hustle. Like you have to bring your A game to your launches. You really have to make sure that you do your planning, you set up your timeline and do all of that because people are pulling budget. Like people are really cutting costs on investments and doing all that. And it's true across the board. I have a couple clients that are in different industries right now and it's impacting them. Digital products to memberships to across the board. So, all right. So some of the ways that things are shifting, ramp up pre-selling content isn't optional. It's your foundation to your launch. It is one of the most important things that you can do. Don't skip it. Next is niching. It, again, not optional. Being specific, like really sells well, and clarity. It gives clarity to your products. It gives clarity to your customer journey. So as people are kind of going through, they know exactly who you're talking to, what you can help them with, and it just helps you cut through all of that noise. And then lastly, information is not, it's just not it anymore. It's not the end all be all. You have to have accountability wrapped into your program. You have to be able to build momentum with your secret sauce. And like as you, something that robots cannot do. So just making sure that you're adding value in your programs as that, because that is what is converting really well right now.
Yeah. So if you're looking at your next launch and you're like, this needs to blow up, or you didn't get the results that you wanted, definitely reach out to Rachel and I. We love doing launch audits. We love helping, getting behind the scenes, looking at all the numbers, coming up with ideas on how you could launch better the next go around in 2025. So make sure that you DM us. You can find us at Deeply Rooted Business on Instagram. And if this episode gave you any aha moments, definitely let us know. If you think it'll be useful for a business bestie, share with them and let them know. Rating, review, like us, all that things, all those good things. And until next week,
We're
we're
rooting
rooting
for
for
you.
you.